Mr. Super Maze Jr. in the building. How are you, my
What's
friend? Good
going
morning. Good
on, man?
morning.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And you?
I'm fine. Can you turn your phone sideways landscape mode because it blurs you out that way? Oh, okay. He doesn't have good service.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. You're a little bit laggy, but can you turn your phone sideways?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. Let's jump right into it, man. I was just telling the audience how I'm hearing from promoters and things that you're a big draw. You sell a lot of tickets and you get paid more than normal people in and around your level. And by that I mean, number of fights, number of level of opposition. So what do you, I guess, what do you credit that to being a local star? I mean, you're a main event on a club show, but because you can sell. So that's something to be proud of. And I wanted to at least let our audience know that while we may not know you just yet, people do know
Uh,
you and you're a bit of a name. So tell us the story, Mr. Mays.
man, I guess I can contribute that to man, just my past. I used to work in the club industry as far as promotion. So through that, I kind of learned just networking, marketing, talking, communicating with people. And then actually, I went to school and worked and got my degree in computer engineering. So I worked in IT. So man, just those couple things just taught me a lot of people skills. And then also being from Murfreesboro slash Nashville area, I was a football player here. So my name, a lot of people kind of already knew me just growing up, especially when I came through high school football. Um, so once I kind of refocused and got back into boxing, it was kind of easy for me just because a lot of people already knew me. And then the fact that I just made my presence known as far as being active in the community. I think, and that really got me a lot of support, just doing different things in the community to help the homeless, doing toy drives for kids and different things of that nature on my own dime. And that made a lot of people buy in and say, hey, we're going to support everything he does. And it kind of just took off.
That's amazing, man. I'm really happy for you that not only can you do what you love, but you're in control. Sooner or later you'll get the attention of a bigger promoter, and they're gonna value what it is you bring to the table. Till then, you're fighting 6 rounds. This will be your third 6 rounder. You don't have an opponent scheduled just yet. Talk to us a little bit about those types of frustrations. Are there any, not knowing who's next and knowing you only got 2 weeks left for the fight? Or is it all right? Like, it doesn't matter. Whoever's
Um,
going to be is going to be. You still going to do what you got to do.
yeah. I mean, it was a little frustrating actually. Originally, the plan was for me to make my cruiserweight debut
Okay.
on this particular card, but knowing that cruiserweight is it's a smaller division, so it's a lot harder to get opponents. But because of the support, the number of sponsors I have, and the money that we're able to generate, I mean, we're kind of open from bringing in somebody from anywhere in the world. So still wasn't able to make it pan out, but so now it's kind of opened up to where I'll probably end up fighting a smaller heavyweight on this card just because it's so, you know what I'm saying, last minute. But I mean, it is what it is at that point. I'm working hard. I'm gonna be ready to fight.
So you want to move the cruiser, but wasn't your last fight like 250, bro? You ready to lose that much weight?
Nah, my last fight I was at 224.
Okay. I'm looking at the wrong side. I'm looking at 241 for Preston King. Yeah, 224 and a quarter. Not that bad, but that's still that's a solid 25 pounds though. You think
Yeah.
that's nothing for you?
Yeah. Nah, that won't be a problem at all. I mean, actually, with my small amateur background, I never fought over 201.
How
Um,
many amateur fights, just for the record?
I only had 5 official amateur fights, I say five because I got back into boxing when I was around 20.
Mm-hmm.
I actually originally started boxing when I was about 15. So I took a long, you know what I'm saying, a long time off. I had a lot of stuff going on good and bad, kind of a lot of distractions.
Mm-hmm.
So once I actually refocused and got back into the gym, I only had about 5 because I only count those after I was 20 and got back in. So the majority of my experience really came from being around a lot of veteran pro fighters, sparring and training with
Oh yeah.
alongside them.
Give me some names. Who's these veterans that gave you some experience and knowledge?
Man, my very first trainer was Jonathan Reed. He was on that show, The Contender. He fought
Mm-hmm.
William Joppy. He was my first trainer.
Okay.
And a little crazy thing about that was he was my first trainer when I stepped into a boxing gym when I was 15. And then when I was about 22, I actually sparred him to help him get ready for his very last professional fight. Uh, so that was a good experience. Um, Mike Bissett, who's kind of a veteran guy that's been around a little bit. Um, Harvey Jolly. I've been in the gym with Senna and Becco.
Mm.
And then coming up in the gyms here in Nashville, being around Caleb Plant. I actually got to spar with him one time when I was younger. Austin Dulé.
Mm.
So I've been around a lot of good, guys that are coming from around this area.
That's what's up, man. I just want to congratulate you on getting back into it. How many years exactly was it? You said from 15 to 20, right? So it took a
Yeah.
5 year gap. How was it getting back into it?
Um, I mean, and even then, when I say I got back into it, it was still kind of like playing around with it, kind of in and out the gym. Like I said, man, I had a lot going on. I went through a period where I was kind of more so in the streets and kind of playing with boxing. And so it actually took me getting in some serious trouble to make me refocus and running into one of my old coaches saying, "Hey man, listen, you're out here running around. You got a reputation for beating up people in the city. Like you should be getting paid for this." So once that happened, that kind of made me refocus around 2017 and start taking boxing serious and saying, I mean, life isn't over. It was always my dream when I was young. So even with the limited amateur experience, I kind of made it up in my mind, man, I'm gonna give this a shot.
Absolutely, man. That's a great story. It definitely needs to be highlighted more. Um, having life hit you, taking the time off, but coming back to the sport. And then again, I congratulate you, man. I've been doing this for 12 years. There's not many people on your level that can sell the way that you sell, let alone the promoter telling me, right? Like you could come here and tell me like, bro, I'm going to draw a watch. Well, I'm going to have it sold out. But the promoter's like, yo, this kid's, he does his thing. He's legit, doesn't need, like the dude told me you don't need to be on TV because you're like doing well for yourself right where you're at. So like, that's amazing, man, that you can be in control of your career at such a young age. Is there a manager or are you guiding yourself? Like who's helping you guide your career?
So Ronnie Edmonds is kind of my manager per se. We kind of came in this together. His son was a high-ranked amateur when he was fighting. We kind of met in the boxing gym. So he actually just been like that mentor to help me. And it's just like he's been there every step of the way. I mean, and it's to the point to where it's like a loyalty thing. He's helped me from day one. We haven't even put anything on paper. But we always said kind of a situation where if somebody bigger that has more of the boxing connection wanted to come in and partner with us, that's something that we would definitely entertain and consider, whether it be a manager or a promoter.
For sure, man. For sure. Listen, so who does your ring outfits, man? I love it. Nice and flashy. You got the little Javonta Davis fur going on. Who's designing these outfits and who's actually putting them together?
Man, the best in the game, Body Kit Customs.
Okay.
Yeah, he pretty much just took over the game. So, man, I'm not wearing nothing unless he put it together.
Nice. So you don't have an opponent, but I do want to talk about your first and only loss. Obviously, I'm bringing it up more because Mac Truck should be on your undercard, and that is Dakari Scott, and I think he's facing that guy.
No, I think Mac Truck is going. I'm fighting on Saturday, the 17th. Mac Truck, we're doing a double show,
Yeah,
so
he's
Mac
fighting the
Truck is going to
16th.
fight him on Friday. Yeah.
Yes, the 16th. But I wanted to get your, because Mac, he's did his thing, and people know him online because of the sparring and stuff. But he's still on this level. And you see a guy like this, 3-2, lost twice by KO. But here he upsets you somehow. So I wanted to get the story with you. How'd that happen, and how dangerous is this fight for Mac Truck?
Okay, so I'll tell you the story of my fight, just just briefly, and then I'm gonna give you my prediction for his fight, the fight with Mac Truck. Um, man, with my fight, I actually dropped him in the first round. And then if you see pictures or video from the fight, the results, it shock you because both his eyes were black, swollen shut. I beat him up pretty bad, but in that second round, I took a pretty bad blow to the back of the head that the ref didn't call and stop. And then for me, it was kind of downhill from there. I think I took a total of about 2 or 3 pretty hard shots to the back of the head. And from that first one, I was just kind of out of it, lightheaded, but I kept fighting, trying to fight through it, trying to shake the cobwebs. But it just got worse and worse. And it was to the point to where it was like my equilibrium was thrown off. I didn't have any balance. And my coach was like, well, man, I know you're in shape. But it just looked like I was tired in there. But it was just like, because I went into kind of panic mode. Panic mode had kind of set in. And so I can't remember if it was the 3rd round or the 4th round. But it was just like I didn't have legs. I couldn't even stand up. So when I went down that last time, man, they took me to the back. When we got to the back, it was that's when it kind of fully set in. I started throwing up and I passed out completely.
Wow.
So they actually had to throw me. They threw me on a stretcher from there and rushed me to the trauma center a city away. And man, I actually was in the hospital. That fight was on a Friday night. I didn't gain feeling back in my legs to start walking for like a day and a half.
What?
I was in the hospital till Wednesday. To the following Wednesday. So I had a severe concussion. And so come to find out, they said it probably happened earlier in that fight, like in that early in the second round, and I kind of was just still trying to fight through it. But man, it was definitely a learning experience to take, take nothing away from him. But prior to that, anybody, that watched the fight was there to tell you, it was definitely one-sided prior to that. Like I said, I dropped him in the first 2 minutes.
He doesn't, like in his box rec, he looks like he could be a short, chubby dude. My man's 6'4". Is he really 6'4"?
Yeah.
Box rec lion?
Nah, he a big dude. And that was another thing too. Just being honest, so naturally I'm a cruiserweight. I tore my rotator cuff, and then just being out the gym, like I said, when I was running around in the streets, that's why I picked up all the weight. But I'm definitely, once you see me in person, you'll see I definitely don't have a heavyweight body. So just being honest and realistic, he definitely is somebody I shouldn't have been in the ring with just from a size perspective in the first place. But outside of that, I definitely outboxed him and beat him up until that point. But nah, he's a big, strong dude. Like I hit him with a lot of stuff and he was taking it.
So obviously you want to move to cruiser. Did that fight make you realize, damn, this is this level? Imagine I get further up. These big boys are gonna be too big for me.
Well, we were doing that anyway. That was already in the works. We already had it mapped out that I was only gonna do like 2 more fights at heavyweight. So the move to cruiserweight was already in the works. Like, just realistically, we knew those big heavyweights with skill were gonna just be too big.
Now, it looks like he wasn't that big when he fought you. He was only 229. Do you think there's any possibility you can?
No, that was me. I was 229.
Oh yeah, he's 250. So there's no way you getting that rematch at cruiserweight. It's a wrap. Like, if you go to cruiserweight, you have to walk away from this fight, correct?
Yeah.
Definitely understandable, man. Let me pull up some questions here that we got from the people. We let them know that.
Let me give you my prediction on the 16th though.
Absolutely.
Man, Mac Truck gonna stop him
Oh
I
wow.
say first end of the late first round, second round. I don't see it going past the second round, honestly. Um, just because Max Truck got the size and the strength. Like he got more body than me. So whereas he was able to kind of put his weight and lay on me, he's not gonna be able to do that to Mac Truck.
Yeah.
And then Mac Truck's inside game, I just feel like he's gonna chop him up. Like it's yeah, I think he gonna make easy work of him.
Mm. Well, that's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely gonna be in the building for both fights, so I'll be able to meet you in person and watch you up close and personal. Um, I thought we had a post. It looks like we don't, but Mr. Mays, man, those are all the questions. I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on the show, but let everybody know how they could get tickets.
Man, you can get tickets by reaching out to there's an Eventbrite link. I'm not sure the name of the fight.
Any
It might
phone
be
number? Any phone number they could call? No?
yeah. They can call me directly.
Okay.
Especially even if you're out of town, I'll mail them to you.
Hmm.
You can call me or text me 615-900-9244, or you can reach out to me on my social media. My Instagram is Super Mays Jr. SuperMaysJr. And then on Facebook, it's Rydell, Rydell Mays, Mays Jr. You reach out to me on any of those platforms or that number, and I can get you set up. I know as far as the VIP tickets are concerned, if you buy them on the Eventbrite link, you got to buy the whole table for 1,200. But if you're somebody looking for one, two, or three of those VIP seatings, you can reach out to me directly, and I'll make sure I get you taken care of.
Hey, Mr. Mays, bro. Dude, your quads are huge as hell. Did you like play football or something before, or like in the squats?
Yeah, man. I played high school football here. This is a big football place, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you look it up, man, there's been multiple state championship teams come out of this area. So and then actually out of high school, I signed with Tusculum College and played for a year out there playing football.
Okay, I see the legs. I'm like, damn, that's a good foundation. You should be able to take some shots with that type of, foundation, man. But
Yeah,
once again, I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on. And we do appreciate Rydell Super Mays Jr. taking out the time to be on the show. We will be in the building for your fight. And yeah, man, once again, just give out that social media for anybody crazy enough not to be following you. They can do so.
man. Instagram is Super Mays Jr. Facebook is Rydell Rydell Mays Mays Jr.
All right, champ. Thank you for coming on the show. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Up and coming contender, Rydell Mays Jr.
Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.